be like a second chance for them.
Everybody wants her to win, so y'all spread the word.
If you guys give us your word, we're in it to do it with you guys.
Texas is what we did. I'm gonna start kidding.
Hey there, what do you say there, world? It's Justin and Diana and our buddy James Earl. We're here to recap season 27, episode 4 of The Amazing Race, and we're going to jump right into it.
See, I feel like that was rude.
I feel like you can't. Hey there, what do you say there, world? It's Justin and Diana with our buddy James Earl. We are here to recap season 27, episode 4 of The Amazing Race, which starts off again with another full intro. Is this the last one? I think this is the last.
I think this is the last one because next week they don't do it.
The last of the full intros. I guess they're trying to. There was so much great content that they couldn't include the extra 30 seconds of the intro anymore. But we really enjoy the intro. So if you like it, save it and rewind it, because that's the only way you're going to see it from now on.
Oh my God.
Our dog is begging for attention right now.
He's pawing at me, kissing me.
And the episode opens with the reporters and Team Texas talking about the U-turn, using that express pass, talking about, I'm going to use the express pass so we can get to the U-turn bird first. And when you guys get there, we want you guys to U-turn us, and then we'll give you guys the express pass. It sounds like a great idea if you've never watched the show. It sounds like an awesome idea. What were you thinking when you heard that, James Earl? Was it
we know, because essentially Texas had that conversation with every team except y'all. So there's footage somewhere of Texas doing that same thing with us. And really, you just want that express pass. And plus, you like that it's not your name being thrown out there. So the plan that everyone's going on has someone else, not me, getting U-turned and getting a pass if I pull this off. So I love the plan.
So you think you would waste your U-turn just to get an express pass?
You know, I think it's worth it. I really, really do. Just because that express pass can help out in the clutch time.
Yeah, but so could a U-turn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because it's almost like you're buying an express pass with a U-turn, so an express pass is more valuable.
Express pass will get you the win maybe on a leg, but the U-turn will more likely save you from going home.
You know, that's a fair point too, but I don't know. I think sometimes at this point in time, I think Mom and I were still not so sure about ourselves, so we just wanted to really make sure we had a little bit of buffer.
It's also, if you don't, well, you guys were one of the stronger teams that were at least at the top of the pack. But if you don't think that you'll ever get to a U-turn board first, then it makes a whole ton of sense. You know, like, this is the only time I'm going to get to the U-turn board. Let me use it now so I can get some value out of it.
I mean, that's the truth. And, you know, Mom and I were unsure still at this point. You know, we've still done pretty well.
No, not for you guys. For you guys, I figured you guys were one of the teams that could get the U-turn. But there were teams like, you know, the cheerleaders who are never near the top. So when they used the U-turn, that made sense for them. They're like, hey, we'll never probably get to the U-turn board first, so let me use it now and maybe get the express pass. A lot of people gave them crap, but if Texas said, hey, give this to whoever U-turned the green team,
like legitimately,
they would have got it.
Yeah, they did U-turn.
I think they totally would have gotten it if it wasn't, well, we did there.
Yeah. Okay. And feel free to chime in whenever you want. If I pass something, slow me down. So the reporters say they are all in, and everybody is chiming in that the green team is gone.
Yeah, the green team, like Justin and Diane. But because Tanner says it so, like, cute, I'll let him get away with it.
Really? You hate when people call you Diane. So you're going to, like, just because he's cute, he gets away with it? Jesus, those looks.
The looks go a long way.
I guess so.
Pulled off.
God. I gotta start drinking more water, get my skin looking fresh again.
It's not all it's
hair
gonna
too.
take.
Like how
It's not all it's
hair
gonna
too.
take.
Like how can you beat that hair?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, the one thing, it's my kryptonite right now is hair.
It's the hair. There you go. It's not the good looks. It's the hair.
Oh, I think I'm gorgeous. All right, so we rip open the clue, and it's fly to Livingstone, Zambia, travel by bus. So we're going to have to travel by bus to Buenos Aires. And this is when I start talking about Amazing Race history. And if you U-turn a team that's near the top and they don't go home, it's never a good move. It never works out for you. So kind of predicting some of the things that I think are to come. Do you agree with said statement as a super fan?
I do think it's true, at the exception of if you can block out the board.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. If two people can get there.
Yeah. So you have to get two people, which, is tough because y'all are at the top of the patch. But I think if you can block out the board, then it works.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Makes sense.
All right. So only 4 teams can get on the first flight, and the first 4 teams to depart are Texas, the green team, reporters, and track stars, and all 4 of them pretty much get on the first flight without any issues, followed by the paparazzi, Alabama, the Shacks, and the cheerleaders, who the second batch of 4 are going on the second flight, which only lands 15 minutes after the first flight, so it's not that big of a difference. And this is where one of the, to be honest, one of the saddest extra footage videos of the whole race takes place. This is everybody's at the train station waiting to get on to the bus station. Everybody's at the bus station waiting to get on. And then while the green team is inside, there's a bunch of people outside in a high school type of group talking a little smack, which you see a little bit on the show. And for more footage, you can definitely check that out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/JustinClassic and the number 1. And you'll see the video that we're talking about.
I have to say, in Mom and I's defense, we never talked shit about y'all as people.
And that's why we saw that watching back. Like,
yes.
That was our first chance to see what people were saying. And we saw, even in that moment when everyone's saying things, that you even, I think, stuck up for us and said, like, no, it was really cute.
But
it was. Like, that whole proposal was adorable. And
well,
like,
thank you.
Let anyone talk bad about it.
Thank you.
Come on.
And then there was James Earl's quote, though, "They're outta here."
If you listen closely, who is that? It's not James Earl.
It's not?
No, it's Chris.
And they just show you high-fiving?
Yeah, they show me high-fiving, and that, honestly, I remember that high five. I was not even talking about y'all at that point. It was crafty editing. But if you listen really closely, it's Chris.
Wow, I didn't pick up on that. Good one.
Go back to listen one more time.
Definitely. All right, so all of the teams head off to the airport. First 4 teams depart, and we arrive. We get the reporters are first out of the airport, followed by Team Texas, the green team, and the track stars are in 4th. We're all heading to McCooney Village, where we are to receive a traditional McCooney Village greeting, which I don't think any of us were. I guess it's not a greeting; it's a blessing.
James Earl?
I thought it was some type of like ritual thing, like how they would do like the little like branches and like hit you or something like that. And when we got there and the woman was drinking water, I was like, oh, we're gonna drink some like papaya fruit or something.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're gonna drink, then we're gonna go dance, do some like traditional dance or whatever, and then they'll say some prayer and we'll go.
Yeah, I think I was Googling it in the airport. Like, what is a McCooney Village welcome? Because I was thinking Straight Survivor, like stabbing the neck of a cow and drinking the fresh blood.
God.
I'm serious.
Lord, what type of TV shows are you watching?
Well,
that's from Survivor. They have to drink live.
Yeah,
blood.
No, but I'm also saying, like, Amazing Race has done some crazy food things.
Yeah, eating the snake.
Eating the balloons is the thing that, like, I think they'd eat 4 each when they arrive somewhere. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't have to eat anything.
And this is where we get the traditional blessings. And let's go through some of the traditional blessings. Most of the people got it in the face, except for a few
got it in the
teams.
crotch.
Some people did get it in the crotch. We did take notes of that, of who got it, who got hit where. And it's not like some people saying it's racist. Yeah. It has something to do with race. All the white people were getting spit on. No, Asian people were getting spit on. Latininas were getting
Kelsey
spit on.
And Joey didn't get spit on.
And Kelsey and Joey are the whitest of white people, and they didn't get spit in the face. So it has nothing to do with that.
In the next episode.
Yeah, when you see them rap, you'll know exactly how white they are. Premier Pot,
But we couldn't identify a theme of why she would legitimately look down and spit at some crotches and then some faces.
I don't even know either. I tried to think, and it wasn't even like placement by like how we got there. Because
No.
someone out there after us and not like the crotch treatment. So
Yeah, it's
And
it
even
was
like
reporters.
some of the spittings, I feel like I just felt mine felt like a mist. Like mine just felt like it was a gentle spray. That's
Mama
why.
D caught like a.
Whereas like
that.
some of
Ours
yours,
was
you
like,
could see the droplets like bounce off your face.
You could see Mom's hair blow back.
Yes, that's what I mean. Some people's faces were soaking wet, and like mine, I felt like I got just like a misting.
Yeah, so the reporters were first. They got it in the chest, followed by Texas in the face, Green Team in the face, Track Stars in the crotch, Shack Attack in the crotch, Team Alabama's in the face, Paparazzi in the face, and the cheerleaders, they caught it in the face as well.
I'm sorry, that just sounded like such a dirty game.
In the face.
In the face. It's pretty cut and dry. It's really no skill involved. It's just kind of waiting. We go find a king, which actually they never shown, but we got to meet a king of the village.
We did the clapping.
Yeah, and then we did
that's right.
We did the clapping. Yeah, they didn't show that for some reason. I think it was because of all the Cecil thing.
I'm afraid I'm gonna forget that.
No, you'll never forget that. And this is where we get our next clue, which is head to Batoka Aerodrome to find your next clue. Texas is planning on using the express pass even before seeing what roadblock this is. They're in the cab heading there. They didn't even look at it, and they're already in their head deciding that this is the one. Like, I think you have to see what type of roadblock
No, but they
it is.
even read the
I know.
clue.
Yeah, but before.
Can I
Okay.
mention this real quick? Because this is frustrating for me as someone who's part of this plan.
Yeah.
I told them at the airport when we're flying to Zambia, they planned on using it, this lead, and I knew they were, and I said, you have to wait for the detour. You absolutely
Oh my
cannot
God.
So you
use
told
it
them
at
that?
the roadblock. I told them that.
Oh.
That's one of the very few times I let people know how much I know about the race. But I was like, you cannot use it on the roadblock. It's a waste of time to use it at the roadblock. I don't care what you think it is. Save it for the detour. The detour's always longer.
Yes, it's definitely for anybody watching, anybody thinking about going on the Amazing Race. 9 times out of 10, or 9.5 times out of 10, the best place to use it is a detour. And especially if the roadblock is first.
After they burnt it, they knew in the cab ride going to the next location, like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. Like, that would have been so easy.
Yeah, but they were so excited. Bring them out. They're like all excited, like getting ready to go, So you rip open the next clue and it says, who wants to rise above the smoke that thunders? So Victoria Falls is one of the 7 wonders of the world, and you're supposed to fly on a micro light, which is kind of...
They said it's like a bicycle motor with wings.
I will say that's the most rickety thing I've ever seen before.
It was a bicycle with a big fan on the back and wings.
Oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
The Victoria Falls is twice as long and twice as deep as Niagara Falls. Didn't know that. That's pretty awesome. So once you're on this microlight, you're supposed to spot your next clue, and then
that's always the most like terrifying task, is having to look for a clue. I swear.
Oh.
Did you have to do one of those?
Me?
All of us did.
Oh yeah, you had to do the thing in the next leg.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's always such a scary feeling. Like, if I don't get this,
especially when it's so far near the end, like you're in the air for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you don't see anything,
Right.
you like think you missed something.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to enjoy it.
The saving grace on this one is the clue kind of told you where
yeah,
you're going.
the clue 100% told you. It said like
Afterwards, yeah.
no, not even afterwards. It said look for your clue at the
At
knife's
knife's
edge. Yeah,
Oh,
and 100 because I like wrote all that down. But
so knife. It was called
it
the
said
knife's,
at knife's edge,
bridge.
and it was called knife's edge bridge. So even if you didn't see it, you could your cab driver would have known.
Because there was one team and when they landed, they totally said, "I didn't see it."
Yeah,
How do you not see it? The thing was so huge.
it was
You
big.
know who it was, right?
No.
Was it Logan again?
It was Logan.
Oh my God.
Logan was like, "I saw elephants and giraffes and hippos," and Chris was like, "Did you see the clue?" And she went, "Oh no, I didn't see the clue."
But because it said the knife's edge, they got it right?
Yeah.
Wow. At least they're smart enough to figure that out. So Kelsey picked up, was the first one up. She said she loves the thrills. Diana was next, and she said she wants to do it to get over her fear of heights.
I don't think you ever get over that.
But
It just gets fun. It's just fun.
All right, so you can enjoy it rather than be scared of it. Jasmine, Rick, Logan, Krista, and Denise also went up in the air. And Wild, Kelsey, and Diana are in the air. This is when Joey and I start talking a little strategy. And Diana and I planned on this the whole time. We figured that they would be there first, we'd be there second, and we can talk to them and try to get some sort of strategy. Or at least,
I thought they were going to be honest.
Yeah. We genuinely thought reporter.
Yeah, they played y'all. And
that was like, I was just like, oh my God, reporters. Like Justin and I were just bumping each other up about that. Oh, how they're reporters. They can't lie.
This is Brian Williams happened.
They're only as honest as their reputation. I mean, it felt like a sure thing. And the only thing that we really wanted out of it was one, to have somebody tell us if people were talking about us.
We just didn't know who we could trust or who we couldn't trust because we just felt like outsiders the whole time. We didn't feel like we could trust anybody.
Here they're the biggest scheming.
That's when you see Joey saying, making an agreement. Sure, I have no problem then. And then they cut to a scene with him talking behind the scenes like, oh yeah, I have no problem breaking the agreement, and then talking about being a puppet master and playing both sides of the field. And kind of like, come on, Joey. Puppet master? Puppet master would mean that you were initiated something, like that you had some sort of plan going. You were just there. And from both sides, like Texas came to you and we came to you. Like, how was that puppet master?
Well, he didn't have to say yes.
But you know, he
but
did
how
play
can you
me.
not say yes? Here's the thing:
that's what I mean.
Anyone comes up to you when there's a U-turn ahead, you just have to say yes and nod your head.
I was like, it's anybody but me. Okay, who are we doing? I mean, who are we voting out, or who are we putting up on the board?
Stop hitting the mic.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, I think that's what we would do as well. As long as it's not us, who is it?
That's when I start talking about not you turning a team that's right behind you at the top.
I think that's foreshadowing.
Yeah. And we see Danielle come in and join us. And we learn, if you see some of the extra bonus footage that we have on our Facebook page, that Danielle, that tough track girl with the muscles, more muscles than I got, is scared of ketchup.
Like, terrified.
Like legitimately scared of ketchup.
Yes, like
runaway screaming.
Phobia. Yes, phobia. Yes, scared.
Like ketchup is a guy with a knife chasing you. That's ketchup.
Yes.
She can have tomato sauce.
Will jump out of her seat and run away screaming if you show her ketchup.
She can eat pizza and have spaghetti with tomato sauce, but ketchup. I don't know what ketchup ever did to her as a child.
I wonder if I have anything like that. Like maybe I don't know about it yet, but
I'm like that with octopi.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't.
You can't have calamari if they're too close of a squiddy.
I can't handle any of that.
Tentacles are pretty creepy. I'll give you that. Tentacles.
Octopi have little beaks that can like break through bone.
Yeah. What are they? Oh, arthropods, right?
Sounds good to me. You're the teacher.
Well, I was gonna say, because is it squid too? Is it?
Squid, pretty close.
Yes.
It's the tentacles. It's those like.
For Justin, it's rats.
I don't like rats. They're too fast and they have so many diseases.
Yeah, but would you react like that if rats were near you? Because I'm
not like running around the room. If a rat's across the room, I'm not going to be jumping on the couch like a baby. But that's the thing that I'm scared of. Any other animal.
Lift your little skirt up.
Because you could step on a rat. You could stomp on a rat as hard as you want, and he'll just be alive because they're just bendable. So what can you do? You can't do anything unless you have a weapon as a human.
I just don't know if there's anything that I would react like that to.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I'll be that scared of. Cindy's talks with Chris and James Earl about Team Texas making the wrong move. So everybody seemed to know that they were making the wrong move except Team Texas.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did, just because it was such an easy roadblock. Literally, it was just you went in, did it, and you came out in the same exact order. Like no matter what you did, you're going to leave in the same exact order. Yeah.
So it didn't seem like a smart move. And I know Texas does explain it, so you can check it out on their Twitter page, I believe, Josh.
It doesn't make any more sense, but.
And they did it on one of the Facebook groups. They did explain it as well.
The one saving grace, and we'll talk about it in a second, is what comes up next. And I'll defend them a little bit on that part.
Okay.
So we head to the Knife's Edge Bridge to get your next clue. On the way, Justin says, nobody plays this game better than I do. So if they want to play, game on. The track stars are very excited that they know where they're going. The reporters and the green team get there at exactly the same time, pretty much running across the bridge, going through the falls, looking for the clue box at the exact same time. The track stars arrive at the right place, and just as they're about to get out, they talk to the cab driver and somehow change his mind and tell him to go to the Victoria Falls Bridge, which is in another country, and they cross a border, go to the Victoria Falls Bridge, and then tell him where they need to go. And he was like, that's where we just were.
Oh, that's just, and I watched that interaction again, and I can see both sides of it.
But if he said, we're here. He's like, okay, thank you. Get out. Don't like try to convince him into something else.
No, but when she got there, when she got to the Knife's Edge, when she got to where she was,
they were at the Knife's Edge, yeah.
I think she asked the lady, is this Victoria Falls Bridge? So, I mean, maybe she didn't know where she was, but did you rewatch that part?
I did, and it's hard. The one thing I think they should have caught up on is going to the border, because our clue said that you do not have to cross the border,
right,
to do your next clue.
Right.
So I think, I can understand the mistake at the first place, because it's confusing and you can never really trust anybody.
Right.
But
to the clue, like we said, the clue had the answer.
And she said that she saw the pink house, which they were right next to.
Yeah, that's like the gatehouse.
She saw that. She said it's the pink house, the bridge, but when she was explaining, she was right next to the pink house when they were saying it.
Yeah, I don't.
I try to like put myself in their shoes and, say like, well, okay, I can see how this is a miscommunication or,
It's crazy. I mean, the adrenaline does crazy things to you. I'm still blaming the adrenaline. So at the bridge, we find the clue that says, head to Zimbabwe to the Shoestrings Backpacker Lodge. And now Texas gets there, they're in the cab, and they show them worrying that they made the wrong move, and they thought they would have at least an hour by using the express pass. I don't know, detour.
Yeah, hours too much. Here's what I think about. Essentially, here's how I've always mapped it out. Roadblocks take anywhere between like 20, 30 minutes. Detours are going to be between 45 minutes and an hour. That's like a good rule of thumb.
Right.
Yeah. Generally, yeah.
I agree with that.
Sometimes if you suck at something like rapping, it can be longer.
Right.
But in general, it's not going to be that long on a roadblock.
Yeah.
Right.
My longest roadblock was not longer than 45 minutes.
No. Yeah, that's what I feel like dancing was. Tango. Or rapping.
So Texas gets to Backpackers Lodge, Shoestrings Backpackers Lodge, open the gate, and in front they see a board with a lot of keys on it. And those keys have numbers. There's 2 8 o'clocks, 2 8:10s, and 4 8:20s. They grab the first one, meaning they have the first departure time to leave at 8 a.m. And that's when they realized wasted express pass.
Unfortunately for them, that there is this middle of the road, like, the hours of operation essentially, where they bunched all of us up together.
Right.
And I never expected that in the middle of a ledge. So it's difficult to see like that, especially, after a roadblock before a detour.
Right.
That's true. So Texas gets 8 o'clock, followed by the green team at 8 o'clock. And that's when I said the words wastedexpresspass.com. And they mentioned it on Rob Has a Podcast on his wrap-up show, and then somebody bought it.
Wait, someone bought that?
Yes. Somebody owns there was no website. It was like, it just said that somebody bought it, like it wasn't built yet. But I actually, we should check and see what it is.
Yeah.
Wastedexpresspass.com.
I just wanted like a continuous loop of you doing this type of dance.
Yeah.
And the seal
wait,
clap.
You made so many GIFs of everybody else. Why is there not a GIF of you doing this?
I think there is.
All right, we'll have to dig it out.
So
make it my background.
Texas and the green team are both leaving at 8 a.m., followed by the reporters and Shack Attack leaving at 8:10. Paparazzi, Track Stars, Alabama, all leaving at 8:20. And
back to the pad once again. One thing I want to mention to y'all, because I'm not sure if y'all know this either, but at one point in time during that shoestrings, all 7 teams except y'all were around a table, like still discussing the plan and still trying to make it happen.
Really?
Okay, well, here's another crazy thing is when we got there, second to Texas, we had like the only time we've ever had alone with them, and we were talking to them saying how like,
oh my God, we
you know,
had them. We
were like, you know, we're not gonna U-turn you, like we wouldn't, you know, that's not what kind of people we are. And we were telling them our strategy that you should give us the express pass, you know, give it to somebody that's in the front.
We had such a great pitch, and they were literally like, wow, like they genuinely thought about it.
Well,
I know they did. No, I know they genuinely thought about it.
Genuine?
I'm like, if you give the express pass to somebody else, you're bringing another team up. Right now, it's always going to be us two. You know, it's pumping their head up. It's always going to be us two at the top. Us or you, us or you. If you give it to us, you're going to finish in second. If you give it to somebody else, you have a chance of finishing in third. Like, it's us or you. Why are you giving it to somebody else?
You weren't wrong.
But, you know.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, that's always a nervous feeling too. Like, and I think I know when the moment was. It was when we had gone to get showers probably, and we were, I think, the last ones back.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys had already eaten
the
warthog and, yep.
You had that warthog and warthog ossobuco and like antelope or whatever it was. Impala, yeah.
But I mean, on some level, you'll have to take it as a compliment.
Oh my gosh, we do. I mean,
7 teams saw y'all as such fierce competition that we all had to ditch you out.
I know.
Yeah, but I was just so, you know, I'm such a fan of the show. Like, I wanted this to be such a big family. I wanted to be like.
Well, it is now.
It is, yeah.
But it can't be during the show. It's just impossible. There's only one winner.
Right. He had this like idyllic, probably. Wow. But I mean, that's how everybody is after. I know, but that's how everybody is after.
Yeah, I've seen some other casts are so close, and I wanted to be one of those casts that are really close, and we're fortunate enough to be one of those.
Yeah.
This is what I also say: when you don't know the game, you make mistakes, and this one will be a crucial one. And they exactly, as soon as I say that, cut to Texas freaking out. They cut to me and Diana, and that's when I start doing the African dance and the yeah. And I love it because 5 minutes later they played the clip that I was repeating.
That was great,
which is so awesome. Such a nerdy super fan moment for me. Cutting to the next morning where the green team walks up to Team Texas and we say, hey, we don't plan on U-turning you. And they said, oh yeah, we didn't plan on U-turning you either.
And this is when you say, what is it to lie to two people you just met?
Right.
And of course it cuts to like Justin laughing or smiling. And really Justin was referring to Tanner and Josh. They said not holding up to their word.
The question was, do you think Tanner and Josh will hold up to their word? My answer was, well, I don't know. What is it to lie to two people you just met? And then they edited to make it seem like I said, oh, I would lie. Like we had zero intentions of ever U-turning them in Africa. The editing is awesome. I mean, that's why they win 10 Emmys, 12 Emmys. The detour, we are ripped the clue open. It's co-op or croquet. Head to
croquette, however you want to say it.
Or if you're eating croquettes, that would have been awesome.
Isn't that a food though?
Croquette is a food, right?
Isn't it fried, breaded and fried?
Think so.
That's why I was missing my southern fried food. That's why.
Yeah, it's something.
A croquette. Head to the Big Five co-op, stain and polish a wooden giraffe, or you go play croquet against a professional and score 5 points against.
Look, I love arts and crafts, but.
Oh, that's the thing too. Like I told Mom, and I wish they would have shown this. I looked at her and I said, I watch enough HGTV to know that we do not need to be staying.
Yeah. Nope.
That was a great line. They should have shown that.
Yeah, but I think too, it was like the toothbrush part. You know, it was like that's gonna take a long time.
Well, you had to stain and polish. Like that takes hours.
Like staining something, just waiting for it to dry, and then you go, oh no, come on. No way. Croquet, head to Victoria Falls Hotel and score 5 points against the local player. The green team, Texas, and team Alabama, and the reporters as well also went to croquet. We got there pretty much how much after did they get? They weren't too far behind.
No, you guys, your mom was getting there when we were leaving.
Right. We were 20 minutes behind y'all.
Yeah. So that's probably what it took us. But I told
you guys took a cab and we ran.
I told her it wasn't
ran. We took a cab.
Yeah, we ran.
Because us and Team Texas,
we left at the same time. Yeah, we left at the same time, and we like ran out the gate, and then
we didn't see any cabs.
And we're like,
it was a long run for you.
Yeah, it was like a mile and a half.
Yes, that's why everybody caught up to us so fast. That's why we were like, people were like right behind us.
Our cameramen were like, why are we running? Why didn't we take a
Texas
cab?
was running. It was one of the first times that we were like followers almost.
Right.
Because Texas just took off and we were like, we got to keep up.
See, Mom and I learned our lesson that first sled when we ran all the way down Rio de Janeiro's beach, like Copacabana.
True.
We found a tab. Mom became a pro at flattening on cabs after I made her run that whole way.
That's such an important skill, is being able to get a cab, just flag them down.
At first, she was hesitant about it, but I'm telling you, after I made her run, she would run into the street and jump on one.
Well, this is where we find out that Joey has played croquet before. Like, who plays croquet?
Why did they played before? I missed that part. So.
He said, yeah, we used to play croquet back in the day.
Maybe he thought it was something else.
Like bocce? I'm like, he's Italian.
Yeah, maybe he did. Or maybe he played croquet. Who knows?
So the green team, Texas, arrives right after us.
Could be like one of those barbecue games or something.
Followed by the reporters and Team Alabama. And in the same order that we arrived, pretty much as we leave, it's a green team, Team Texas, Alabama, and then the reporters. I love the outfits. That was one of my favorite parts, is seeing Diana look like a little Amish girl.
I think the women's outfits were a lot funnier than the men's.
Yours was so cute.
When I saw Mom, I laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
I like
a
things
suit
that
with a
are
hat.
old. I like you know how if you had 3 wishes, what would they be? Well, one of my wishes, like at the top, it's a solid. This would be my wish. So I wish I would have a time machine, because I would like to travel to certain time periods and go on a vacation and then, come back to real life. Right? Wouldn't that be a great? Okay, and barring that it doesn't break down and ever malfunction, but I think that
get some serious disease from way back.
Yes. I mean.
You die from diphtheria shots. Like an Oregon Trail.
No, but obviously, I'm just saying that would be. So
Diana, it's like Oregon Trail time travel.
Yes.
Died from dysentery.
Yes. It's like a horrible way to die too. It'd be like self to death, to real life. Right? What are you doing? Justin?
Check us out on Snapchat as well. Snapchat is really big. For me right now, it's Classic One Media, and she's Lady Classic. Do you want to give out your Snapchat, or you keep?
Yeah, my Snapchat is JEC0003.
You're gonna have all my students now following you.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's not fine when they're following me. I'm like, oh, maybe this is crossing some lines of student-teacher interaction on social media.
So after we finish croquet, we get our next clue, which is make your way to the Rose of Charity Orphanage, which has kids from 6 months old to 16 years old. You must make a donation of your choice. It said be generous, but the donation was totally up to you once you arrive. Diana immediately had a huge smile on her face when we saw this, and definitely one of the things she was looking most forward to during this race.
Kids.
She knew that we would get a chance to be around some sort of kids.
Yeah, at some point.
We'll go back to Giraffe right now. At the Big Five Co-op, which was definitely the longer task, definitely the task that took longer. So all of these teams were behind everybody who did croquet.
Yeah, Tina talked about that judge though. Where is he getting these numbers from?
That was so funny.
Yeah, I'm curious
a mathematical equation
of his system.
I think he just wanted to be a star, man.
Yeah.
He's a star. He's like, this is my time to shine, and he was just playing it up.
And Krista, you just love her.
Oh, she was hustling. She was
I know.
She was like,
show me where. Show me.
95%.
You say 95, she's 97. She's bargaining.
It's good because she was pushing him. He kept upping his numbers. Eventually, he's going to get to 100. He's got to give it to her.
Yeah. It's when we find out that the doctors from Team Shaq don't know what croquet is. So they pick.
She was cute. Cindy was cute. She was wishing to do something with a toothbrush.
Yes, Cindy said, "I'm a pro at toothbrush because I'm a dentist." We were hoping for a toothbrush challenge. That's so random.
Bless her. You come in with a skill set, and if
that's
you
what
use
I mean.
At any point in time.
Anytime you could tie it in, you're like, yes, this is for me. You felt like it's made for you.
So when we see the paparazzi getting a little strategy and making sure that they grab the small giraffe.
Yeah, that was smart.
It was pretty smart. Definitely something that people overlooked, and it's just a strategic play that you don't normally see from paparazzi, but that's a nice little piece of strategy from them.
Chris got blisters. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, yeah. He ripped off his hand.
Torn up.
And the cheerleaders are pretty excited because they say it's just like painting your nails, and they're both good at painting their nails. And the paparazzi, start their little arguing again. They start a little bickering, talking about you're getting it all over my face and you're just being such a baby. Shut up and blow on it. Leave me alone. I love the interaction between them.
I also love how they thought blowing on this was going to make it dry any that much faster.
I know.
It's the breeze.
I get the big fan, but I mean, blowing on it, you might as well wave your hand.
You'll be passed out before it dries, that's for sure.
The thing is, y'all didn't get to be with them as much as everyone else did. What you see on TV is only 50% of it.
Yeah, trust me.
There's another 50%. So you're just seeing the little tip of the iceberg. There's so much more.
Oh my God.
People would ask me all the time, are paparazzi really like that? And I'm like, well, we weren't really around them very much because we were in the front. I said, but and our interactions at the airport and things like that, and when we would be at tasks together, I'm like, that's how they are.
What you see is what you get. But they work. It works for them, so you can't knock.
So next time y'all race, y'all need to be just good enough to stay in the front, but then drop back to the back. Everyone same style that
we have to mingle with the common folk.
No, going for the records.
Me and Mom, we up and down and up and down. That's how we know everybody.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, you guys did get to know everybody. You're at the top, you're in the middle, you're in the back, you had it all. The green team gets to the U-turn board first, and just like they promised, they didn't U-turn anybody.
Okay, ready for this James Earl Seal clap of this episode? It's this moment for y'all. This, I have to give y'all the Seal clap because that is such character for y'all, and it made me excited to see because you aren't getting the best at it at this point in time, but I think that was such a good moment, and it showed who y'all are. So
thank you.
That's gonna get my James Earl.
Thank you.
That was one of the first moments that people started giving us a little credit, and especially all the teenage girls who love Team Texas. So there was a lot of teenage girls giving a hate on Twitter. So sorry, teenage girls. I was never against Team Texas. And without a hesitation, we donated all of our money and wish we had more. We genuinely felt bad we didn't have more money to give the kids.
Oh my God, I know. It was heartbreaking.
How much money did y'all have? Do y'all remember?
It's $75, and there was 72 kids there. So we felt
$1 a kid.
Yeah, that was, please, if it was the other way around, I would have cried. If we only had $72 for 75 kids, I would have been, oh God.
No, but give every kid
wait,
$1.
James Earl, so off the record. I'm so pumped.
So cool.
Yeah, we have Reality Rally where we're raising some money to help breast cancer. And then we also have the C11 Charity Camp Project where you can donate your keychains and any travel memorabilia that can inspire kids to travel. All right, so let's get back to it and finish this up. The green team finishes in first, and they are told to keep on racing.
It's the worst.
No prize. No nothing, no second to get a breath. Goodbye.
I was more shocked. Forget about the prize, to be honest. I was more stunned that it was a keep on racing because it was what you wanted, at least for me, was right in front of me. I just want to this is kids. Why I wanted to come to Africa.
We could sit there and play with the kids while we wait for everybody else. It would have been so perfect. Sit there, play with the kids, wait for everybody to. Oh man!
And we just kept on going.
Then it was keep on racing. Diana's heart sank, and she didn't get a chance to give away her tattoos and mingle with the kids and create those memories. But she did not stop staring at those kids the whole time, no matter how much Phil was talking at her, talking to her. So at least she had that moment. Team Texas pops up next, and they arrive at the board, and they are stunned to find out that they are not U-turned. And they actually admit that they have a little more respect for the green team, but they better believe the next chance they get, they're going to U-turn the green team.
Yeah.
Within the same breath. Jeez.
Do you blame them?
No, I know.
No, but just in the same breath, just say it tomorrow, when you start, just
right, it's a new leg. Yeah, it's a new leg, new outlook. We can U-turn them now.
Yeah, it's all right, cool. That's such a cool thing. End it there, and the next day, all right, game on. But you totally understand it. They felt we were their biggest competition. We open up our next clue, and it said, make your way to the Lookout Cafe. You have $65 for the next leg. Team Texas also has a decision to make.
Who do they get that express
is going to get the express pass? And they're on the mat, and we have to choose now. We have to choose now. To be continued.
End of the episode.
Who's going to get the express pass? Who weaseled their way in enough to get that express pass?
Who is the sneaky snake?
Who is that sneaky snake in the grass? No, we'll find out next episode. All right, Diana, who needs to be put in check?
I think Tanner and Josh need to be put in check this episode.
Uh-oh.
Just for the fundamental, like, wastedexpresspass.com. I mean, it's just like, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
don't call yourself a fan.
No, well, listen, we heard their explanation, and I don't agree with it, but that was their mindset, and that's their mindset.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I agree with you that I think
your own reality is reality, right? Isn't that it?
Yeah. Well, if you believe a lie long enough,
that's so deep. Your own reality is reality.
It's reality.
Hey,
what is
she says I live in my own world all the time, so I have my own reality.
Yes, he does. Justin's world, and we're just living in it.
I have to say, though, I think this was not one of the stronger episodes of the season so far. Just because I know there's a little change up with placement with the detour, but until the detour, it was literally just how you came in is how you left.
Right. And here's the other thing, too. With the placement of the U-turn, like I said this to Justin, nobody wanted to use it because you see the finish line. Like, you know where you are. You know you're not in danger. There's no feeling of desperation to use it against somebody. The only way that would be different is if you knew it was a keep on racing. Like, if you knew that it was a keep on racing leg,
you would have used it.
Maybe more people. Yeah, people.
I think it would have been used that way. But, I mean, here's the thing. When you're on the mat, you can see Phil 10 feet there, and you can look the other way. And
That's
you don't
what I
see
mean.
anybody.
That's what I mean.
So
it didn't lend itself to be used. Exactly. It didn't, make itself like appealing at that point when you're like, I'm finished.
Oh gosh, what an idea would that be? So like, imagine like the detour from Rio. Can you imagine like the detour just sitting there
with the U-turn board there at the
where both detours are in the same spot?
Yeah, and the U-turn, you're sitting there like racing against everybody, all four, all.
Doing like
11 teams trying to get done to get to that U-turn board first.
Yeah, can you imagine? That would be tough.
Yeah,
I like where your head's at. So ding ding, the producers are going to watch this because I mean, come on. So there you go. Give James Earl a little credit. Put that on the next one. I like that U-turn board on season 29. Put it in a place where both detours are in the same area and you can see everybody competing. Intensity level high, and have Phil there like commentating live.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Just for one,
that would
maybe he does. Maybe he does next season. Maybe he does next season. I don't know. I'm spoiler free. It's the first year ever for sure, 100% spoiler free. I know like 2 or 3 places that they went that we've never been before, which is awesome. But other than that, I don't know anything else. I totally agree that the episode could have used a lot more spicing up to change up placement a little more. I love the head-to-head type of detours and tasks. Yeah,
I love that aspect when you're head-to-head and you can see people and you're competing. I do like that part, but
both sides of the detour had that where you're in the same grouping or
the detour was strong. I don't think the detour was weak. I think that was a stronger detour.
Yeah, and the roadblock was pretty simple. It was one of those beautiful get over your fear type of roadblocks, which is beautiful. It's a time to see a beautiful country, and I understand why they did it. But as a fan, it doesn't keep the pacing. And overall, it was still a good episode. I think that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you become a Patreon patron. We would love your support. It would definitely help us get better. We would love you to support us. You get various different things. There'll be a link somewhere. You just keep looking.
Just tell me where I'll point to.
I don't know. I got to post them up. I haven't posted any of them yet. So become a Patreon. We would love that. Also follow us on various social medias. I am Justin Classic with the number 1. She
Lady Classic.
Lady Classic. And that is JEC or JE Corley or JEC triple. I'm sorry, go.
I'm Snapchat JEC 0003 or on Twitter JE Corley.
Get them going. It's the pink team.
I love
Team
how we
Alabama.
write back too. I'm just gonna throw us out there because
We definitely.
that's like the best part.
All three of us pretty much write back to everybody who sends us anything, which is awesome. So,
good or bad, whatever. You can tell
Yeah,
me.
I know. I know. Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
and please tell us how to make this better because this show is for you. So we will listen to all of your comments and take that into consideration. And thank you very much. Hey there. What do you say?